Hi, my name is Sherilyn Dorsey. I am creator and founder of You're More Than Their Mother, and I teach entrepreneurial women to reclaim, realign, and rebalance their lives and go after their dreams. I hope you are having a great day today. So today I'm talking about, let me think about what the name of this is that I put up. I think it's change is a good thing. I think that's what this one is called, but I want to discuss change today. And I really want to talk about some patterns that we have that are really keeping us stuck where we are, and not just stuck, but frustrated and in many cases mad. So per usual, I'll give it to you from a two-sided approach or a two-prong approach here. And the first way I want to talk about change is good for your soul. Thank you, Sonia. The first way I want to talk about change and being good. Well, first I want to talk about how we resist change, and then I'm going to go into why it's a good thing to change. And I think that the answer will inherently be found in what it is that we discussed there, but I'll make sure to point it out. But when I talk about change personally, I want to talk about it in terms of a relationship. So I want to get really, really personal with it. I want us to think about the change that happens in our personal relationships with our significant others. I've been with my husband since I was 16 and he was 17. Not only have we changed physically, meaning we've grown and we've matured and things like that, mentally, things like that, but our needs, wants, and desires have changed. Who I was at 16, at 21, at 31 is no longer the person I am now. And I can't expect, although I've been with my husband this long and he's a wonderful man, I'm telling you, I walked through a wall for him. I really can't expect, just because we have all this time together, that he knows what it is that I want. And so I have to make sure that I am amenable and I am communicating to him the new things or the new needs it is that I want, the new things, the changes that are going on inside of me. How I used to be one way, and I recognize that, but life, growth, maturity, and experiences have brought me to a different resolution at this moment. And I don't want to be held hostage to this through all eternity, right? We want to have the space to be able to change and grow and still be happy. But it's up to us to, number one, adjust ourselves to that change, and we can't hold on to the past. We can't say, well, we used to always do it like this, or you used to take me here all the time. It's not about the place or the thing that we're looking for. It's about a feeling that we're reaching for. Hey there, Monstars. It's all about a feeling that we're reaching for. And usually that feeling is one of affection, of love, sometimes lust, right? But closeness or togetherness. And we want to make sure that we're communicating the experiences that we're having that are causing us to change, so that we can continue to duplicate the feeling, not necessarily the experience, right? So just because when I was dating my husband, for example, when we were younger, and let's say I enjoyed going to the movies, just because I enjoyed going to the movies then, between the ages of 16 and let's just say 21, that's not my experience now. Perhaps now I want to go to live plays, but because I haven't communicated that change that has happened within me, he's still going off of or basing his decisions on our outings or our dates or whatever it is you want to call them, off of what we've done in the past. And I can't get mad or get irritated or say he doesn't pay attention to me simply because, or when I have not communicated to him the change that has gone on with me. Now, when I don't communicate that change, I'm the one who feels irritated, right? And I project my anger or distaste or displeased or whatever it is you want to call it. I project my unrest off on the other person. In this instance, I'm talking about my husband. So I want to jump out at him and say, why are you taking me here? Why are we still going to the movies? I don't want to see this anymore. Why? Thank you for those hearts. You feel me, what I'm saying? So anyway, while I'm throwing that off on him, in reality, I'm the one who has not communicated the change. So the unrest is really with me. So it's up to us to communicate the change. I think you guys are getting what I'm saying from that personal example, right? I'm seeing the hearts and the feedback from those people who are live with me. So I'm hearing that. So I'm getting that from you. So how I would wrap that up. Good. Yes, Tracy. Okay. Yes, Sandy. Good. Thank you. So how I would simply wrap that up is You have to communicate what it is that you want in order to move more gracefully, more gradually, and more succinctly into the change that is happening in your life. Really, that would be the best summation I have for that one. So let's talk about it from a business aspect. In business, I know for a very long time, I prayed for my business. I prayed to do the things that I wanted to do. I prayed to leverage my talent and my gift in the world in order that it would bring me an income, right? An income that reached and exceeded my goals. So when I did that and had this vision for my life, and I had this idea of what it is that I wanted to do, and I thought that I knew how it is that I wanted to step out and what it would take in order to do that. At bare minimum, I thought I knew the next step to take. And while in many cases I did, in a lot of cases I didn't know. I didn't know because it looked totally different from what it is that I expected, and many times what I prepared for. It didn't mean that I wasn't prepared for what came to me. It just meant I wasn't prepared mentally for what I thought it would look like. But what I had to do immediately was make peace with that, because everything is not going to be the way that you planned it. You have to adjust to the change that is happening in front of you sometimes, right in the middle of it sometimes, and before you get started. If you are not amenable, if you are not adjustable, if you are not open to that, you will remain stuck right where you are. Life changes at the blink of an eye. It can change. Our whole life could be different 5 minutes after we got off of this scope, right? If that is possible, and for life in general, the same thing is possible for your business. It could mean a positive for you, meaning, wow, this is way bigger and better, and perhaps I'll leverage this even more, and maybe I can make more money, or this will bring me more clients than I even thought was possible. Or it could mean, wow, it doesn't look like I'll make anything off of this. It looks like at the moment, it looks like these aren't the numbers that I was looking for. Whatever the case may be, you have to adjust yourself accordingly for the next step. You can't get stuck on what you thought it would be and not move because it doesn't look like that. Once again, I'll go back to the emotional and mental side of that. That only frustrates you. That only makes you angry. And then what happens from that emotion is going to guide your actions, meaning how you speak to another person, how you show up in your business to the next client, etc., etc. It's a rippled out effect. So you have to be ready at all times for, you have to be ready at all times for change. Now, when change comes, in short, let me just put it like this. You have to embrace change. I think we've all heard that. And I just want to make sure that we are clear on how this change, how resisting change affects us, not only personally and in our soul and literally our emotions and our spirit and our way of being, but how it affects us in business. It's the reason many of us are stuck, because we don't want to embrace the change that is going on all around us. It's so true, Tracy. It's so true. And the longer that I'm in business and the more things that I get exposed to and I'm able to do and take a part of, the more I realize that I don't know as much as I thought. All I know is what I know. And I'm willing to speak up and be clear about that and move forward on that action. But if I remained or stayed in that, I would never be open or never be privy to the bigger possibilities for my life and for my business. So I would highly recommend that to you. Life is a learning experience. Indeed, indeed. And we can sit back. We have a choice at all times. Let me say this and then I'll get on out of here. At every moment, I believe we are at choice. And we can do one of two things. We can sit back and lament on past mistakes, on past what we consider missed opportunities. We can sit back and be disgusted about what could have, should have, and we want it to happen. Or we can move forward on the possibility that if we created that opportunity, then we can create the next. It's possible. It's where our power lies. So I would suggest strongly that you do that. Thank you for those hearts. Thank you. So I would suggest strongly that you do that. That is what will give you peace of mind. That is what will give you peace of your spirit. That is what's going to give you a piece of the money you're going after. That's what's going to give you a better relationship. Okay, a better relationship with that significant other, really trickled all the way throughout your entire family and your relationships, be it social, personal, or professional, whatever the case may be, because one thing affects the other. We are whole people having whole experiences. So I hope that helps you right where you are. I am so grateful that you join me, whether you are such great advice. I just implement in both areas. Yes, absolutely. And let me say this, Sandy, I'll remind you that how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you implement it in one point of your life, it is going to automatically begin to trickle itself or spill itself over into other areas of your life. Continue to make that conscious decision, and it will continue to happen for you. So I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, Tracy, so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. So again, I hope this met you right where you are. Apply it immediately. That is how change begins to happen, and you begin to move closer and closer towards your dreams. So thank you for joining me live, and if you're watching the replay, I appreciate it. I will see you all every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. live on Periscope. And until we meet again, remember, it's time to move beyond everyone else's expectations of who you ought to be and become the woman you thought you could be. Bye.